Liquid don't want to start off on their strongest map in case they come in a little bit cold, warm up into the series. A man who never really needs a warm up though, Kiwi. No surprise, he's going to have that first blood into the server. A quick swing from Jamppi, and he's going to use his drone. He does have support, so there's not going to be any sort of swing just yet. And instead, it's Nats actually coming up with a...
Don't know it's wide open. They don't know that Nats is going to...
Oh, one hell of a fight on mid. Okay. I thought he was taken down there, but no, he's up for the ace. Nats lurking
here as Team Liquid. Oh my God. Just a few pistols. Well, that one in particular, you want to watch out for. That's a clean start, but the impact of that won't really be felt by Liquid yet. They've got 3 rifles, a pistol left over on Redgar still, so there is room for them to lose even another player.
Yeah, of course, one of the most exciting battles throughout this series will be looking at Sayf and Kiwi. I think they're not ready to fight the king of Durka just yet. I'm not sure that they're gunning for that #1 duelist spot in EMEA, but I think if you're talking about the second best duelist in EMEA, both of these players are in the argument right now. So maybe coming out at the end of the series, we'll have a better idea of where they currently stand. For now, though, Liquid taking their time. Now, this does have the possibility of the rotations going the wrong way for FUT, but at least for now, they're still in the right place at the right time.
That's good. He's got a kill off of it. Damage as well onto another. Still going with more. After the reload, his teammates are here to clean up. Damage done. And it's down to a 2v2. Another winnable situation. Head peek angle, not good. With Redgar winning that one out. TAtaKaptan's all alone. Coming in with the paranoia. It could have been huge. Maybe it still will be if it can catch them. But he's not even going to burn it up. Instead, sneaking out to try and find an angle, try and find a duel. And when he does, I think it'll be that double peek. Paranoia is good, though.
Just completely blind, just sprinting.
Let's see what the idea is. Smokes have gone out far. He's not going to have an opportunity to get up close and personal to start with. Dash out. Redgar still not taking his chance. I'm not surprised. Eventually, though, they're going to make their way to site. You have to think maybe he's Shrouded stepping in there. Never mind, Nats just cleaning house. Ult is off for info, and they don't need it. Team Liquid already in a 4v1. And it's MOJJ's position given away that has to clutch this one out. They know exactly where he is. He has a chance to reposition. His chance to grab a kill at least. Dodges the shock dart as well. Things are going well to start with. This might be winnable. 9 bullets left. Has to be careful with where he fires them off. Redgar so low, he'll get it, and the spray transfer! Finally, they're going to be making their way through, and it's MOJJ. He's got such a great position, but they swing wide, and they're ready for it.
Yeah, the idea is to have the contact off the turret, give him the info, and then he can basically just start spamming that judge out and try to do as much damage as possible, but they seem like they were just about ready for it. A 2-2 split, definitely not going to be the best thing for the defenders here. With such a weaponry disadvantage, the only player that you could really hope to do anything on is Kiwi. And it's interesting because he now has a rifle and a Bladestorm. Like, you
30 seconds left.
Almost think it might be worth investing the Bladestorm and give over the rifle.
In a 5v4, yeah, I'm with you. That's definitely where I'd be leaning. Maybe it would be just having both of those players on B and a potential retake to play. But if damage is done here, they might just make that call. Let's see. Good opportunity for FUT, but they're not finding the duels, and Redgar shut them down. At this point, do you want to risk it?
No.
Not without a kill.
No, I think there needs to be a mistake on the side of Liquid, an overextension. Now, they know that there's a rifle on the other side as well, so it's not just as easy as sort of cleaning up some of those extra kills.
Here.
If anybody was going to be able to pull something off, it would be Kiwi. Just hoping to try and get something for free with the spam, but again, he might just want to try and hold this into the next round. That's probably why he hasn't burned the Bladestorm, is if he dies here, he'll still have that at least.
Yeah, exactly. And that if is starting to look like more of a likelihood. Jamppi's got great timing. I mean, he caught the hair bun as it swung around the corner.
Okay.
Kiwi's still good, okay. Dash out as well, making it to the other side of the map. There's a player coming to meet him on mid. Nats might actually have the angle if Kiwi crosses over to market. In fact, Nats is swinging in. Now it's dangerous, but MOJJ escapes and gets a kill. Look, that's better than it looked like it'd be, but with Redgar and Nats pulling it back into the favor of the attacking side, I'm not sure that FUT are going to be happy. That's another B main aggro caught, and the B side wide open, a TP in from Redgar. He's going to commit it with the spike, and that's because they're so confident that those rotations have come through. It feels like Team Liquid have a perfect read on how FUT are playing this, and they are playing them.
Yeah, it would be weird if you'd had sort of a B main push and then still a player back within the B side. It would have been one of the most peculiar setups we've ever seen. And for now, at least, it leaves 3 players in B main. This is going to be so tough to clear for FUT.
I don't know how they're going to get away with this one, honestly. And with the stakes on the line, just the one. The stakes on the line here, I do think there's a good chance that if no kills come through, if no opportunities are given in the next 10 seconds, we're going to see these players back off. Smoke's gone in. Seems like they want to commit to it. But again, they need to find something to make them confident. The time is ticking away. The position's still held, and Nats is holding strong. Only coming down the stairs. Players waiting for them on the back of the site, and they're about to find out. The firing squad claiming their first victim with Redgar down in the dirt. They lose a lot of their utility on the back of that. And Team Liquid seem hesitant to even move forward. Worried about a flank coming through, perhaps. A wall bang onto Sayf that's lit him down to 66, stripped him of his shields. They've stalled out here on the attacking side, and well, I'm not sure what the plan is from this point forward. It looks like they're just waiting for FUT to make a mistake, and that hasn't come through yet.
Well, with the knife catching them, the side of FUT know that they haven't actually moved. They haven't really fallen back, and in fact, they're going to throw out Hunter's Fury, a paranoia to leave the players blind as they try and dodge. It's an impossible scenario as FUT aren't just going to sit there. It's left now all onto Jamppi. He's a man you'd want in a clutch, but just look at the spike. Like, there's no way that he gets back to this. He'd have to basically eliminate everyone, and well, he's given it a damn good go, but this time, the shorty betrays him.
Yeah, for once, it's not working out. I think it's because he didn't jump around the corner.
Maybe,
that's probably it. But one round on the board for FUT, and that is a step in the shocking number of Vandals as well involved in those spam plays. It still works out, of course. Two players on the site. Nice shot for MOJJ. They need more, though, so much more. Everybody's working with these weaker weapons. MOJJ almost goes down to the shock darts. Up close. Hello! Robin Hood attempted. Luckily, the dash was used instead of just a bullet to the face punish. Team Liquid on the site. Plant coming through. Wall down, or door down, I should say, but they're wall banged off of it. Kiwi's got the lineups through the wall. He doesn't need the door to be open. And that has pretty much shut the door on Team Liquid's plant. They've got it. I mean, they've got to find so much space because Jamppi is getting the orb. He's going to be delayed, coming to cover. Sayf can't just plant this, sure. I mean, of all the people to go crazy and just do it, it is Sayf, but
they don't really need to take the risk just yet. They're waiting for Jamppi to try and reposition, to try and get something so that they at least have an angle. The thing is, Kiwi is more than aware at this point that there could be a player coming around this corner, but he taps the spike just to try and bait him away from this spot. This is so clever, but he turns at the last second and catches Jamppi. A clever attempt, but now it's left onto one man.
One of the best clutches we've seen from Sayf if it had to come through, but I think we all knew that triple swing was going to come out on top. FUT 2 on the board. It's not a lot, but it's something. As we said, even scoreline not possible anymore, but they can push it up to 5. And I love the fact that Kiwi had a spam angle for that as well. They pick call. We've seen this firing squad net a whole bunch of impact for this side before. The wall bangs are good to start, but here's the real test. 30 seconds as Team Liquid look to break through those smokes into the site, but hold on, into the spawn as well. They flashed in, but Kiwi was ready. He was playing in the spawn, watching for a mid-play, didn't get caught by the flash. Now they look back to site, and the firing squad's ready yet again. qRaxs with 2. They've done enough here to slow them down, but there's still time to get the plant. Kiwi might try to deny this, the push in, but he's spotted by the neural theft. Not able to get his rifle out in time, and we're neck and neck.
Yeah, chance in this 2 versus 2 now for Liquid. It looks like FUT had this one dead to rights, but instead it comes down to a clutch once again. Dart over the top, gonna wait out the initial shots, and Nat's just playing up close, waiting for this initial peek, but he loses the battle. It's now left onto Jamppi, 3 to his name already, but only 47 health remaining. A bullet would do it. Just to finish him off, and it's patient stuff, almost trying to bait him in. It gives TAtaKaptan the angle, but now he has to move. The time is ticking away, and Jamppi is just sat in this back corner, just waiting out that clock. It doesn't even matter that he goes down in the end. Liquid will still take the round. They've initially dodged that knife, and they're just going to run in. He's put the drone out. They're putting pressure on. It's a ridiculous first shot from Sayf, but MrFaliN has been able to delay them only for a second.
I mean, the pace of this round working perfectly with the buy that Team Liquid had. Because they had pistols, they had light weapons, and a Blade Storm instead. They've upgraded now 3 rifles playing into the late round. One man far away from combat. He won't be fighting with his Sheriff. He'll be fighting with his bow, a Hunter's Fury. I thought for post plant. Instead, it's fired through to get TAtaKaptan, and almost MOJJ as well. Huge damage done with that ulti. I thought that was a safety net. Instead, it was used as a guillotine. And, well, that's when the push should follow, but instead it's for the site. One out of market, but they don't find anyone. They're all in the laneway, all making their way towards that site that's being given up. Team Liquid just looking to make it costly, but they've ended up losing 2 on the outside.
Spike planted.
This retake will be tough. There's a lot that they're coming up against, and first contact by the turret. Nobody there to swing. They're very much letting these guys come into the site, look for the control, and have MOJJ execute them from behind.
Yeah, he sat back. He's got his alarm blocking in case there's anybody looking to come in from behind. Not really any chance of that happening now, but the thing is the time is ticking. They have to get a move on. They have to start taking that space back, and they've already struggled to clear players from the back of the site already. The dart is going to just make their HP that little bit lower, and even just clearing out MOJJ seems like an impossibility. Finally, he will fall, but at this point, the clock is gone. It's just about earning some extra orbs for that defensive side. Anything they can take into the next round, and while Sayf picking up a couple won't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, he'll use, there is a player actually there. A site cleared, dash in. Nats has a chance from the side angle, and he'll get one. A little bit more maybe, tickles them up, but that's all that's to be done. Plant to come through, and I don't think we've any denial ready to go for Team Liquid.
Spike planted.
Yeah, a dart, paranoia available if they wanted to try and throw some extra util. A lot of the time you're buying that up just to have in the next round, so it will be interesting to see how much Liquid actually intend to expend. And for now at least, Kiwi's actually going walkabouts. No, the dart hasn't checked anybody, so that's going to be in towards defender spawn clear. And the knife, I don't know if that actually caught out soulcas. I don't think it did, but it doesn't matter. They're going to go back out for the rest. I think Liquid are just going to die to the spike, not wanting to give any extra orbs over, especially with Kiwi getting that little bit closer to a Blade Storm. That's not something you want to give him going into a Liquid.
But they don't need to worry about Nats behind them this time. He's in front with plenty of teammates to help out. Sayf's gone down to the turret, but as they look to the site, they don't know there's still a man here. They're clearing it still, but Nats is swinging out into them. The trade's good all across the board, and Team Liquid barely slip up here. 2 versus 1. MOJJ the last man standing, a 4K clutch, but the problem, 15 seconds and the spike's down on site. He's going to contain them with the nano, needs to win the fights, but they're just lined up, ready for that play. 11 on the board now, Team Liquid extending the
Kiwi to get him that, to have something to play with going into this round, and it's immediately just taken away off the back of the knife from soulcas. Drone going through though, back online, and they're just sat there playing almost a complete retake. Instead, though, they re-aggress, re-peek. Sure, you've got that Blade Storm, but even that's gone as well. An absolute slaughter on the entry to the site. The 3-man hold is sublime. And come on now. Come on now. A shorty at that range.
There we go. Oh, he could have got the shorty from above if he was given a second longer. 12-5, Team Liquid 1 round away from victory on map number 1. A map that I think a lot of people, if you took out their opponent, if you just looked at FUT, you'd imagine, no, they could pick this map coming in here today. That's a very strong map for them. They're looking good all season long, with the exception of week 1. But this is that week 1 team back to haunt them yet again. They have a hell of a streak of rounds to get done here, and I think in some of their minds, Lotus might already be in the forefront of their mind. The recovery here looking very unlikely.
Yeah, no, it would have to be a complete turnaround, and the fact is, Team Liquid are still trying to throw spanners in the work. They brought in an Odin for this one. A much more passive spot to try and spam from here, but instead, it looks like we're getting that A-site execution again. This time, they've got rifles.
Yeah, a better chance for them at least when they come down to those duels. soulcas, good for 1. Always the headshots with this guy. There's a flash on its way. Player to his right, he doesn't see, but good for 1 before he falls. That should be enough for them to at least have a chance. 2 versus 2, lockdown in play for MOJJ. The Bolts pop neural theft to give the information. They're gonna have everything to work with. Nats isolating this player and grabbing the kill. Lockdown in play. The defuse gonna be tapped maybe halfway A to start with, and Jamppi, he's won the round for them. Someone needs to get rid of that lockdown, or we're gonna be here for a little while. Sitting outside of it instead, Nats is gonna close this one. 13-5 in the end. And Team Liquid have just dominated FUT on the opening map. It was their map pick, at least. Up next, FUT will have Lotus, and let's hope they have a better chance, a better performance there. Because this one, they barely got off the starting block.
No, I think especially that first half.
For FUT, especially running that Neon, you know that they can be on you instantly, and more than willing to bring that kind of play style out. Jump spot from Redgar. That's not Redgar.
was on the server. Cams might be a little off there. But we're seeing this push towards the C side as Team Liquid, okay, they lose one player, but immediately they've got a lot of support on the way. And FUT have not executed. They have pumped the brakes, which is odd with no control elsewhere on the map.
The thing is, they're very good at this, though. They're very good at just playing with that pacing, like basically just rotating off, so it puts the doubt in the minds of Liquid that maybe they haven't just run into the C side because they don't take that control, and it pulls a couple of players away. Even still, though, Nat's trying to lurk within his own orb. He's going to get swarmed, but it's soulcas to find the kill back.
Well done, at least for now. We're ending up with Team Liquid having those two angles to fight from, but Nat's very much red in this round. You see the orb go up, you spam it. You know he's going to be inside of it. I love that adaptation from the side of FUT, but the second time they weren't too ready, gets body blocked into the open and taken down. This is an awkward start to this round. The plant coming through over on that B site as we'll end up in a 3v2, but look at the damage done in that skirmish. Jamppi and Sayf, both below 50.
Yeah, and of course on the other side of things, the TAtaKaptan a little bit lucky to be alive because of how awkward it got, but he's just gone. He's I'm out here. Not taking this battle anymore, not risking it for my team, and at the moment they're struggling to even work the door, it seems. Like that's the main problem for Liquid, just trying to check everything on their way back through, and they do not expect TAtaKaptan now left onto Jamppi. Barely any time left. A double up for the last couple of players, and he's not going to be able to take it home. But they'll grab that first pistol round, and Liquid are going to have to see what they can do once again with the low buy.
Ranged fights, but this is where the real danger is. Going towards B or the C site late on when you've lost the control. The first man on mound already doing work, and this is the problem. Now you can become tunnel visioned on this guy who's picking you off one at a time. If they go forward, they won't know who's waiting there for him. Already an insane start for Redgar. Oh, and another through the smoke!
He saw the gun barrel.
He doesn't need to.
He saw the gun barrel, and that was enough just to predict the shot. It was such a tiny little pixel that gave it away, but 3 kills off the back of the Sheriff. Rifles now retrieved. You said there was no margin for error here. Well, there have been errors.
Quite a few of them, you might say. We've got rifles recovered for some of Team Liquid, the chance to pick up plenty more as well. No one else wanting to take the risk and overextend. They want to close out this 5vx. Only 2 players left on FUT as they move into the A site, and again with the control they did not have at the start. They have no idea where anybody is. The off angle, it's going to be beautiful for soulcas. Even just denying the plant for a moment, the damage done. Nade through for not much. Maybe they're on the road to recovery here on FUT. If that spike goes down, the clock's suddenly on their side, but the position of the plant, not ideal. They'll be surrounded by these pistols, swarmed on, and the angles, they're too great, too many for them to cover. 30 HP left with Sayf and Redgar, and it's Redgar late on this lurk. He's been spending so long shift walking up behind, and there is his reward. A 4th kill in this round, single-handedly.
They've got so many very talented individuals when it comes to those guns, and Nats, well, you're going to be happy with what he's currently doing.
I got a smile on my face, you know that.
That's the spike down already.
Nade behind it too, no one's picking it up for a minute. That wall can go down any time now. They're just waiting to have the bodies to cover this off. A smoke on the left side, wall to go down, spike left in the open, and almost unrecoverable at this point. They'll look for space elsewhere. Damage at least, and well, there's none to be found. Not with this man sat there waiting for them. Good luck to MrFaliN, just now recovering the spike, and he'll get a kill for his trouble. Left on 20. That's too easy for soulcas teammates, so he doesn't get isolated. An opportunity here for Nats. That box is very wall bangable. You don't often see players sit in this position with a node. You don't ever see it, I'll be honest with you, but maybe we'll see it more often now. A chance for Nats. He's gone down to the shorty, picking back up the Odin, but that's too much. MOJJ will catch them both. A great opportunity to convert. What the hell is he doing? He's TP'd right behind them, but they're gone. They're out of here. 1 man still. Kiwi, he's going to be frustrated if he dies to this. Oh, he doesn't. That's a missed shot. Redgar better run.
Spike planted.
They would have hit that if it was a Sheriff. That's all I'm saying.
You're right.
I think it has to be a save now. They're so isolated. The only thing will be they've got lots of credits to play with. Saving the operator, something, but for Sayf, he could take a bit of a risk
I don't think he's going to get to save this. qRaxs is on his tail. He heard that rotate as well. I mean, they are more boxed in than they know.
Oh, MOJJ. Just watching that angle. An easy kill in the end, and now it is just left onto Redgar trying to hold onto that weapon.
He's going to knife tree here. I mean, it's a perfect opportunity to grab some information. Obviously, they do want to still have the element of surprise sneaking up. But at some point, It's either going to be that info or just the dry swings in to find him. The op there, landing a shot, but now how much more can be found? Nothing is the answer. Michael Aaron, he was flashed off the angle, so excuse me, sir.
Liquid fans are coming for you.
A nade through. Will it land perfectly? Yeah, look, dead on. That lockdown is out of here, but so are some of the Liquid members. Everybody swinging through for fights, and okay, they'll drop Kiwi, but the advantage still very much in FUT's court.
Yeah, I feel like Jamppi at this stage, you don't even know where to go. Like, you've managed to find a lurking operator that's just killed off one of your teammates while they put loads of pressure on C. And guess where they're planning again? B. They go back to the middle ground every single time, and it leaves both players completely split apart from each other. No chance to have any real level of synergy. And because of that, I think, again, it just has to be that save call. FUT are just playing fantastically with those rotations and just doing solid work on those entries. Sure, the setup from Liquid wasn't a bad one, but that's also something that you really can't do too often. It's going to be something that's figured out, and I don't think it's going to be another opportunity for Nats where he goes unchecked in that spot.
No, absolutely not. I mean, that was really it. They rolled the dice on it a couple of times. They wanted to set themselves up for the play. Finally, the opportunity is there, and it just does come down to the fact that they're not able to hit the shots, and that's been the story of a couple of these rounds so far.
Of early utility being used, hoping they can catch someone with basically a cheaper investment than what would be a gun.
It's not even someone. They're trying to catch Kiwi. They were looking to deal with this guy crossing over on A, deny the space, and instead he didn't try to cross. He hopped up on a rock and took the kill. Like, that's one way to deal with it for sure. Jamppi's returned it. A 3 versus 3 thanks to that play. One well-placed shot, and they're back in the round.
The thing is that in most scenarios, I don't even think MrFaliN gets the trade. He's just quick enough to be able to take down Jamppi, and just straight away Nats is going to pick up that operator. So they've managed to turn this into a very winnable position. Okay, shields may be a bit of an issue, and in terms of utility, they're actually still not in a bad spot. But again, the main thing is they don't have any information. FUT are very good at sort of clouding where they're going. And in this late round, they're making their way in towards the C site, where right now, there is nobody defending it.
Yeah, stuns out just to make sure. Good control over backside.
Guardians here can actually be nasty. And it's much better for the wall bangs, and MrFaliN has to be a bit careful here. That's the one benefit that gun really has in these scenarios. He still can't plant. He still can't plant. Oh no! That's so unlucky with the timing. Even still though, Sayf and soulcas are still fighting. They're looking to face off against them instead, but it's come down to a 1 versus 1. Kiwi, Mr. Consistent, is just...
It's the spam game to try and deny the plant. Smoke is up for him. This could be very dangerous. These players are actually quite low as well. Looking for the close corner, now further back, but he's left one spot unchecked, and it's the one place that qRaxs was actually planting. That's a shame, especially when we see the Viper's Pit come through afterwards. Lockdown to push them out of it. They should be able to claim some space. Nightfall goes through. A lot of utility thrown at this, and FUT might start to feel pushed out of this. Pushed back towards main where the problems might arise. Redgar's been waiting for them this whole time. Actually he's gonna shroud and step out into the open. This guy's absolutely crazy. He's now crossed past into their actual site to take the final close. As he goes down, everyone else does too. And it's only left to Nats. Blink and you miss it. This round swinging into the favor of FUT. That defuse not being stuck. And at this point, I don't think there's even enough time. They're gonna run at him and take him down. The classic to do it. I don't know how they've gotten away with that one. Pure chaos on the site. Well, yeah, I have to agree with you there. Well, probably not the best of ideas. Although an Odin up against an operator, yeah, it's not really much better. Unlucky start to this one with Kiwi down to 36 HP, but he's still clinging to life, and with a one-shot weapon, that's all he needs to do. 45 seconds on the clock. They've picked up a kill on A, the 1A player. And of course, this is FUT. They're not looking to push on the back of it. Instead, still toying with their opponents, still looking for lurks on B, making a ton of noise on the rotations. And they'll see if anybody pushes. Like, look, the entire time, Kiwi is just staring at their backs, watching a smoke. Even as the door opens and all the steps are made, they are watching for this play. But Jamppi, eventually, he has the timing. Nigh on perfect, but Kiwi still watches it. Turns at the right moment. And Sayf, well, he is in a ton of trouble right now. Locked in, 3 players either side. soulcas there to help, but it's Kiwi again on the up. A sliver of help. Back to A That's all he needed. Good night, Sayf. You are done.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Again, though, this is the thing. To the site with that Viper's Pit. Contact going to be made, and this is where you kind of expect the snake bites to start going through, just to delay them that little bit more. But the second they spot them, they're tapping that door. They're trying to bait them into thinking they're going for a rotation. Somebody almost has to go for info. They start walking their way back, and they get both entries immediately. You could just see that Liquid are constantly trying to look for any form of info. A nice shot from soulcas, and MrFaliN catches Redgar. Again, it looked like Liquid had the right idea, but it's a 4v1.
The 5 fingers of the hand clenched into a fist on that one. They did not look for any other element to their gameplay. No push, no pull. Just a straight up penetration of the C site, and they got in there.
I love it though, because every time, no matter what they're doing, they open the door behind them. Yeah. No matter what they're doing, if they're going back to B, if they're going to go B all the way back round and go A, they always open that door. So then the players go, well, there's 15 seconds. We need to find something out, and both players are caught as the swing comes in. That's ridiculous as well by TAtaKaptan, by the way. Like, just the spray control that this guy seems to have. It's absurd. And that, again, I think they're impossible to play against right now. And I don't actually think that Liquid are making bad calls. I think they're just being outplayed.
I'm inclined to agree with you there, Tom, and I think for now, the start of the series certainly looking promising with 2 maps both being quite one-sided. If that's how this one does close out, it's kind of how I want the series to pan out. Both maps, realistically, the first picks in the BO5 should be strengths. They should be major strengths for your squad, and then things start to close in the distance. We thought Ascent could be a mid-ground, but it certainly wasn't. Lotus looking to be the same. 3 players up close, Sayf the first. Now the showstopper fired out. There's a player below. Not a chance for him to survive. And although Sayf goes down, he's gotten his teammate a weapon. And in a round like this, 1-to-1 trades, upgrades as well on the back of those kills, more than worthwhile.
Look at this. Kiwi is running around with an operator. He has gone straight in towards the side.
Didn't Team Liquid quickly making their way towards this A site. There's players all around them. 3 stack up on the site, 1 in the door. That's a bit of an awkward start, but qRaxs is able to recover. Door swinging open now as it's broken. Sayf was only 22 HP. Jamppi's in with another. This is flipped into their favor. Team Liquid, that might be the lifeline that they needed. If they can push up to 3 and avoid getting second rounded by FUT, they'll be in a great spot to at least start this comeback. Oh, that's gonna be the kill. Yeah, and it's getting rough. Good thing is, as you said, FUT don't have the sheriffs even to fight with. Literally 2 shorties and classics. That should be easy to deal with, and so far it is.
It looked like for a second there could be a nicely little crossfire for Sayf, but he's found the opener they needed. And now an afterplant on the B site. It doesn't really give a lot of opportunities. Again, it would only really be if there were maybe some overextensions. MrFaliN has managed to dodge every single bullet somehow. The spam's not quite getting it onto him. And I'm actually looking at where Kiwi is. It looks like he is expecting the most audacious flank ever. I guess you are playing against Nats.
Can't use that yet.
It's just a waiting game at this point. Catch exits, die to the spike. Whoops, there's no exit for MrFaliN. A little too far away. 12 HP left on Jamppi, 47 on Sayf. You can see the opportunities to do damage were here, but unfortunately, they will not be realized in time. Jamppi's the last man on site, and, well, there's a kill maybe. Oh, he even got it. He got the shorty kill in the end, but yeah, the impact is negligible. Only the pistol of FUT. Mounting up round 15 with rifles in hand. Of course, Team Liquid saved up so much in the previous round that they're able to fight, and pretty much every duel that's taken will be a tough one for FUT to convert, and especially with a few whiffs like that, and they've converted both on Team Liquid. The advantage now with the attackers, and if they were to make a comeback, this is certainly what they wanted to see. They've got the lurker of Nats, no surprise, he was elsewhere. Jamppi was spotted, right?
Oh, he definitely
that
has
just
been
came
now.
back online.
Still, though, he is just a ruse. He is trying to sell the idea that they have fallen back off this side of the map. There's still a chance, though, that if he gets caught, we could see an even scenario. This was a pretty much dominant spot, and they actually did start rotating because Jamppi didn't see anyone. So this has now made this very much doable for the side of FUT from a spot where, well, it feels like it was already done.
3 players on a C. Paranoia dodged just because of FUT's rotations that they were attempting. Now they're off-site in towards the spawn. That's where the fight's coming through. Sayf! He didn't expect them to be that close. Didn't expect a second, but he had backup. With clean trades, TAtaKaptan's left alone. Doesn't have his poison orb with him, so he won't be able to even pop up a smoke on the site and make it that little bit easier. His wall already used.
He has to just win the fights. Already tagged up from that engagement on the, I think it was on Nats earlier on. He got a few bullets off into him.
The thing is, he is the sort of guy that would somehow pull something out of nothing. The main problem is the time. He's given up his position. They know exactly where he is, just wasting down that clock as much as possible, and he's just going running through. A nasty.
Is this how I find out? All right. FUT, defensive side, 3-man stack up on C, low weapons. Very low investment into weaponry, flash out.
Oh,
the conversion is tough.
Oh, they haven't seen him. They haven't seen him.
Unlucky.
He's stuck blind in the corner. The utility was great, but they just didn't quite spot him out. Well, that's a punish and a half from Redgar. Gun for MOJJ. I don't know how much he's going to be at. Well, he knows they're there. It's not really going to help him too much because they've already cleared the C site and they're going running all the way back. Actually picking up an orb. There was a real world, but there was a great timing for MOJJ there, and he gets a free kill on the spike. But not going to be the case, and the reason soulcas has taken the time is because the plant here will actually get him Nightfall for the next round. So it's going to end up being worth it. Sayf may fall here. No, never mind. He's going to hit the shot over the top. So much utility being thrown in onto Kiwi. He is completely alone, has no support. You'd expect him to have fallen back, but he's just still sitting around this angle, and it's a missed shot, or maybe a leg shot. I don't know, it didn't actually do any damage. It looked like maybe he connected, but never mind. Nothing found, a good clear, and this completely pulls apart FUT's initial hold because they have to move another player now to defend this A side.
Yeah, well, I mean, FUT have dedicated MrFaliN to this side of the map, but they're still confident in playing this one with a 2-man stack up on C, and I think that's because you can't have MOJJ rotate. His utility is so important for this squad. But as to why qRaxs is still here, I couldn't tell you.
30 seconds
Maybe they're
left.
expecting this swap up from Team Liquid. And
they've been doing this a lot. They've been pressuring on that side of the map and rolling back. The thing is, though, it's the ults. I don't know how they're going to manage to hold this versus that many ultimates available. Through goes Sayf, a free kill for the first 15 seconds, and qRaxs needs to go big here. Only going to get the one. Instant trade from Redgar. Huge stuff from him, and another. He's just finding every single player as he walks through into the
conditions that aren't reliable like pistol rounds. Now they're set up to take it all the way. FUT, their response in this round, the push up, it's worked well for one, for two as well. Not bad.
Yeah,
even numbers,
guns.
weapon upgrades.
Yeah, and there's still a player here, MOJJ on the other side. Now, you'd expect him to get cleared, but no, he's managed to use the smoke to just keep himself in this position. Prowler going to be going through, and he opts to just dodge it after being hit by that paranoia. Still, though, this is one of the best opportunities we've seen for FUT in a while. And again, we're going to see this aggressive clear coming through for Liquid. A free kill on the first, but again, the trade is immediate. That now juggles that weapon over. A 2v2, both players with guns. They clear the hard angle, but Sayf gets both. On this A site, as everybody else scurries to try and help out with this Viper's Pit. I think he's got back into it, though. That's the one real value. But MOJJ, in the meantime, is calling for backup.
Well, the pit's dropping just now, allowing the flank, but it might not come through in time. FUT have lots of bodies here to defend. Viper's Pit going up as the player looks to make it out. Nats could be in danger. TAtaKaptan trying to hunt down the planter, but not able to deny. The spike is on the floor, and FUT now need to start the defuse. And remember, we said that flank was on its way. Jamppi is now starting to get around that corner, just a few seconds away from making contact, and that could be what pushes them over the line here. He's got a great spot. There's the kill. Now they know there's a double peek coming, and it's already in. Redgar onto Kiwi, leaves TAtaKaptan, who might just want to run away from this one. They even dropped the pit on site, give him no cover, nowhere to hide. So it is very much time to go for that save. Another round where FUT will be shut down, nothing to be brought.
Selling the story. They're going in the other direction. This time, though, FUT are in the right place at the right time. Majority players sat around this angle, waiting as they now go looking to split back into this B site. Lockdown actually going to be put into play as well. This is something they have to pressure. They need to push forward and try and deny this, and MOJJ has done well to defend it, but not for long enough. They've been able to destroy it at the very last second. Showstopper's going to kill off Kiwi, and now qRaxs, last man standing, 1v3, no chance.
No, not at all. This man had a rifle to start the round, but he also had 100 HP, and that's gone now! He's almost been taken out!
He'll go. They've got a chance to wrap back around as well, though. That's the thing, there's so much space towards the spawn right now. TAtaKaptan under pressure, and because of that, they've been able to basically just hightail their way to B. Redgar, oh, he's managed to take the shot. The first kill comes easy, it's the next ones that might be a little bit tougher, and he will fall. It at least gives a little bit of an opportunity in the retake, but they may not even need it. Nats is still just causing them problems in those backlines. And now, probably one of the weirdest afterplants you're ever going to see. Sayf pushing even further forward. Hearing TAtaKaptan. Does he even check this? It seems like he does. A chance for TAtaKaptan, and he somehow wins the fight as well.
11 HP is not a lot, but it could be enough this time around. Late flank by Jamppi. soulcas has to delay them. He doesn't have any utility to play with. Jamppi steps. I don't know if they're hurt. I don't think they were. He's hit shift just in time. Here's a reveal back online. It'll buy them a second, no more. Jamppi emerging from the smoke has to do everything, and he's caught by MrFaliN. There it is, at long last.
With an operator not long ago, Nats wary of the exact same push, but this time he's alone. Snaps back! And that's the Kiwi they needed. A double entry of the start of this round, and instantly the rotation comes in to stack back up this C site for FUT. They have players ready and waiting.
MrFaliN's recovered a weapon for the retake, but these players on site are going to make sure that that's not needed. But the thing is, TAtaKaptan, Sheriff in hand. How much can he get done from here? Needs the angle. They're kept back by the utility. 50 seconds now on the clock. These players making their way through eventually. I don't think they have much of a choice anymore. They've got to win these fights on the site. Awkward to start. The pistol's actually coming ahead and steaming ahead. Only soulcas, and he's surrounded. Shots coming. I thought through the smoke as well, but they delayed slightly. They've allowed him to slip away. And he's going all the way to the A site. Look, a 1v4 though, and they've all got rifles now.
He's trying to fake the sound, I think. The thing is, obviously he's heard the door go, so there's not really a safe place on B to plant. Rotation will give him at least an extra orb, which honestly, for soulcas going into the next round, that'll be his nightfall online. So you might be thinking, oh, it's just wasting time here, but a chance at the clutch, not going to be had though. They now know that the only place they can really rotate to is C, and that's exactly where the defensive side is going.
Success has been found before with Sayf barreling his way in towards the site for Team Liquid this time. No showstopper, but every other ultimate to play with. You might want to use some of those before making your way in. And already Jamppi is going to be doing just that. A lockdown that maybe even puts a bit of an awkward note on this round for TAtaKaptan. Certainly pushes all these C players out of position and lets them straight on in there.
Can't use that.
Viper's Pit, I assume, to come online to lock down the site. But it doesn't look like it for now.
No, the thing is they can't. You've got the null command on the other side from qRaxs, so this is exactly where they used it last time. Same position, just to try and slow them down that little bit more. A single kill for MOJJ will give him a lockdown as well, so they've got to be very careful. And in fact, Liquid are going to opt to try and play this one a little bit more aggressive. It is perfect. The util into the corner made it impossible. There was nowhere for them to go. TAtaKaptan is going to try and hit a timing, sprint his way through. But there is nothing to be had, and guess who's waiting in the back lines? It's Jamppi once again. Doesn't miss a beat.
Well, that's sigh of relief. Like to double fake.
They love to rotate back. This time, though, well, it is going to be that A site hit or back towards B. This is where Sayf has been waiting. He's been here the entire round. He's been expecting this rotation to come through, and he's denying them that space, but even still needs to fight that a little bit more. Plant going to be coming in. I don't think there's anything they can do to deny that. They're trying their best to swing it through, and the trades do go in their favor. One of the better opportunities for them to steal around, but MrFaliN still alive, low on HP. 38 in fact, and that will deny him. Liquid are going to claim a defensive round, and well, Mitch, those have been rare.
They absolutely have, and of all the times...
Util does bring some value. It's looking like they're going to try and just fight this one out. It's a trade. Nats is gone, but it's at the loss of Kiwi on the other side.
And they have to burn up a quick smoke to get out of there because Nats no longer has that wall to activate. These players falling back towards the B site where they've got a lot of control. Jamppi already snuck in. Redgar, that's an awkward position to be in. Great timing from FUT, the way they pushed out, the angles that they got. The plant will still come through for Team Liquid. Sayf, having grabbed the orbs early round, he's now in a good spot. Showstopper online yet again, and he's using it already? Shift walking his way. Where is he going? That's the question that they have to answer. And, well, in the end, it's bought them a little bit of time. That's all they'll get for it. Still, the man advantage towards FUT.
I guess the plan was to try and just regain some space. They put down the alarm bot. Sayf in position. No, he's dropped one, but the trade is immediate. It leaves the players somewhat isolated. soulcas going to go forward, a chance to spray down 2, but he only gets the 1. And from attack round to attack round, somehow back-to-back defense rounds, it's almost like we're in overtime.
I mean, that's it. We've had so many rounds play out, the adaptations, a lot of your utility, but some of your supportive util now taken out, some of your initiation.
You can't be
gone.
in a retake, basically. That's what it comes down to now. It's going to be so difficult without him to clear those positions, and instead they're looking to re-aggress. Their main plan was to fight this A site. They're going to continue that.
Oh, the Odin's locked down on left. Nats has got 2! That's a recovery from Team Liquid, leaving MOJJ all alone. And it's the big boy doing all the damage. MOJJ, good luck to you. That spike's down in the open. They've got their backs watched. And a very, very late play from Jamppi. I mean, he's pushing up mound. He's going to be here in the next minute. I think the plant has to come through for him to be close by. And it may yet. 50 HP and he's gone. Nade won't deal damage, but the Odin, of course, the Odin saves the battlefield this time. It's a little slower than I expected. I thought he'd be behind the mound, but instead just destroying some utility. Is he going to go back out? Yes, he is. There's a flash, there's a paranoia, and there's a kill. Great stuff from FUT to get the early advantage.
I think he's even caught in a seize. Like, that's how predictable that play was, but there's nothing you can do sometimes. When Kiwi wants around, Kiwi gets around. 3 players left to try and deal with this, but they still have players remaining on this side of the map. The spam is also going to give this away a little bit. He's also left his alarm bot behind, but that'll be replaced by Jamppi's.
Well, this door is swinging open now, but I'm not sure anyone's going through it. The Prowler just to chase that player out of position. They know they don't have to clear it. Now the spike can make its way in here. Good damage, only a little bit. Pushing TATAKaptan out into a wider position. One that Jamppi will have to find when he swings through this smoke. The utility turning his crosshair, but they don't blitz on the back of it. Waiting, biding their time. They get the first. MOJJ up top. He must get this. Jamppi's so low, and it's Nats to fall. From the top rope, he'll get 1, but that seems to be enough.
They're going to get the info as well. That knife, sublime, stuns coming through, fragment forcing them forward. In fact, they're going to push it. They're taking the swing, trying to catch them off guard, and it hasn't worked. Now soulcas, the last man standing, 1v3 to try and bring this one home, and it ain't happening. FUT will bring another defensive. Main thing, they don't really have to worry about that. That horn has just given them everything, though. They know exactly where 3 players are, but knowing and stopping them is another thing. Great work from soulcas to make this one competitive, but the trades from Kiwi are even better. It's left all onto Jamppi, and this time, there's nothing to be had. Now, Liquid trying the exact same strat of their opponents, but MOJJ is ready for it. The setup good, and they found the opener and held them back. Where is Kiwi is playing this deep with an operator? He's a madman.
I think it does come off the fact that qRaxs, although he is rotating now, he was there with the flash ready to support. Kiwi still sticking in that position, holding the information, speaks to his confidence. Team Liquid needs something. They're so spread out, looking for duels, and that, all right, that's the one they win. I was about to highlight the op and say it's the danger. You spread out, you look for duels against Kiwi with an op, you lose a man. Instead, they've ended up coming on top, but hold on, Jamppi, falling. TATAKaptan still alive, snake bite down makes it awkward. Nano blocks him off entirely. Nats will look to push afterwards with the snake bite down. soulcas has another angle here. I mean, he needs to get towards site to help his teammate. Redgar's miles away. TATAKaptan's gone. Terrible timing for this man. And now a serious chance. Look at Redgar's spot. No, we didn't. Yep, all good. Close your eyes, no one saw it.
And now the other 2 players are both in a good position, but soulcas has landed both shots. It looks like we're going to continue this one for a little longer. MrFaliN, low HP. He's got no chance, who he?
Could be a late one tonight. They keep this up, but if Team Liquid win it, maybe not. They'll be 2-0 up, as we said. Their map pick up next. 1:30 on the clock. FUT haven't been too quick. They've been playing rotations a lot. This time, though, it's straight up and in, and they're not expecting it. Jamppi caught off guard by just how many players he ran into. And Sayf on the corner. Okay, he's not going to be pushed just yet. Gives him an angle to fight out from, and he gets a double. Great work from soulcas to just buy him that little bit of space, and now they're following through with absolutely everything. Team Liquid back with a vengeance into this one. What? Hello?
What?
Hello? He's got a flak jacket on?
He basically caught them.
He tanked it. He tanked it. Diffused it midair. I don't know what that was. But anyways, he falls. The result is the same. Team Liquid with one more chance.
How many times?
Just to take that fight Nobody there. They know that because of the snake bite. The utility here cascading as they clear control, but Sayf. That was nasty. A shot with a Vandal through a smoke and a free kill on the other side.
That puts the pressure onto TAtaKaptan. He was somewhat alone already on this side of the map, but he's still managing to hold on. A kill onto Redgar. Smoke's gone, he's repositioning. Might just be in the right place at the right time, going through that smoke. It's definitely risky, but he's looking for the ultimate play. The stun's good, but he's got to try and swing that a little bit further round. Still just holding the angle. So many low players on the other side, and he's going to get caught by that C's. The one player that's gone unchecked is actually MOJJ.
Found them.
They'll be wary of this angle, though, and there's not much you can do from there without swinging into the open. I think at this point, we see TAtaKaptan regroup with MrFaliN, they'll push together, but that's what Team Liquid think as well. They think there's going to be players making their way in here. Sayf, of course, he's aggressive. He always is. soulcas on the corner, though. There you go. Do they check it? They do, but soulcas still wins the first. The second player catching him off guard, putting the pressure on Nats. 30 HP left, no utility to play around, and that spike, the player dropping Nats has got him! 7